In the shattered kingdom of Elyndor, where cities lay silent beneath a cracked sky and hope was a forgotten concept, lived a boy named Riven. He was not the son of kings, nor the descendant of an ancient order. He was merely a farm boy, raised among stones and ashes, with a heart full of dreams that seemed far too big for the world around him. Every day, Riven trained his body and spirit, without masters, without weapons, armed only with a stick and an unyielding will. The villagers watched him with pity, or worse, mockery, but he never stopped. One day, he would say, "When no one else dares to rise, I will be ready." Fate came knocking when the sky darkened and the shadows descended. Faceless creatures, born of hatred and fear, led by an ancient being called the Wraith King. The royal armies were swept away, the mages vanished, and the people forgot what it meant to resist. Riven found the broken blade in a forgotten glade, buried among twisted roots. At his touch, an ancient voice whispered in his mind, "Do not wait for the light, become the flame." With that relic in hand, Riven faced the shadows, not because he was the strongest, but because no one else would. He fell many times, wounded, trembling, but each time, he rose again. His courage was contagious. One by one, the villagers joined him, first with stones, then with forgotten blades, and finally, with burning hearts. Among them was Seris, a former apprentice mage who had lost faith in her abilities after the fall of the Crystal Tower. It was Riven who convinced her to believe again. With her ancient knowledge, she shielded the village with protective barriers, while Riven led the fighters. Together, they gathered small bands of rebels from nearby villages. It wasn't an army, but it was something. Every battle was a test, every victory a miracle. Elyndor began to whisper Riven's name, not as legend, but as a symbol. For the first time in decades, people had a reason to believe. The Wraith King himself descended, furious at this unexpected rebellion. The skies cracked, and his form, wrapped in dark flames, descended upon the ruins. Before him, Riven did not back down. He raised the broken sword and declared, "I am no hero, but I will not die on my knees." The blade shone with pure light, fueled not by magic, but by will. Seris, combining her power with Riven's, created a link between his inner flame and the forgotten magical core of the land. In an explosion of strength and faith, Riven pierced the void, dispelling it. But it was not a solitary victory. It was the awakening of a people. Every survivor understood that true strength lay not in birthright or power, but in the daily choice not to give up. After the battle, Riven did not become king. He refused the throne. He chose to travel across Elyndor, helping to rebuild what had been lost. Seris founded a new academy, not for those born gifted, but for those who possessed determination. And the story of a boy with a broken sword spread, not as a fairy tale, but as a lesson. From that day forward, Elyndor remembered the name of an ordinary boy who dared to challenge the impossible. And in the centuries to come, whenever darkness threatened again, it was whispered, "Do not wait for destiny to choose you. Be the one who chooses who to become."